Yeah, so my name's Edwin. Originally started, I guess the SaaS model like specifically 6 months ago. I tried doing agency stuff for a long time, doing cold emails, DMs, cold calls, all that type of stuff, and just didn't really have much success. And then this was our calendar for that week. So this is August
God damn.
13th. So these are all the appointments. This is around like 50, I think around 50 appointments.
In today's video, I'm going to show you how Eddie here is making $50,000 per month in recurring passive income from a business called Adexo, which serves local businesses like carpet cleaners, junk removal, home renovation. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how Eddie is running a hands-off business model where he comes in, implements his AI ads launcher software, which by the way, he didn't even build, and we're going to get into that, and prices it at $200 per month. Now, Eddie, being one of the first members inside of my 300 SaaS community, has been giving away tons of value to beginners inside of that group. So what I did is that I had him dissect his success. So I jumped on an interview with him, and what I was able to do, instead of just giving you the raw interview, which is 40 minutes long, I wanted to really boil it down into these main two parts. First, we're going to talk about how Eddie gets hundreds of demo calls per week without using paid ads, appointment setters, cold callers, email marketing, or personal branding. This is a strategy you've never heard of before. We're gonna break down exactly how he does this. And secondly, we're gonna jump into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna show you how Eddie gets them crazy results, that gets these crazy testimonials, and most importantly, how he gets them to do all of the work for him so he has no service delivery. He really just has one onboarding call and then they're off to the races and they keep using his product at a monthly subscription. So with that said, let's get into it. So this is Eddie's software right here. It's called Adexo Advertising. And you can see he works with junk removal businesses, carpet cleaning businesses, all of these basic brick and mortar, businesses that want to get more leads, want to get more appointments, want to get more jobs. He works with these types of businesses and provides one single solution. And that solution is a Facebook ad launcher. So we're going to break down what that tool does in just a second. But you can see here the way it works is that people book a demo of the AI ads launcher. So they really just see how it works in 20 minutes time. And they make a decision as to whether or not they want to buy at a price point of $300 per month, which is pretty high for a software. So make sure to stick to the end of this video where really we dive into how Eddie is able to charge this amount of money and have a very low churn in doing so. So basically, Eddie leverages Facebook groups. So for example, he found a carpet cleaners Facebook group. What Eddie does is that he comes into these groups, builds a little bit of trust to then DM the owner of the community and then get their opinion on his Adexo software. So this is the DM that he basically sent to one of the owners of the Facebook groups, which basically reads, obviously before this, he created a little bit of rapport and then he just comes in with a pitch, which is basically this message. Hey, if you had 15 minutes this week, I would love to show you a software I've been working on that's been helping cleaners get more jobs. I'm not selling it yet, but I just want to hear your feedback since you've been in the space for over a decade. Then you can see, yes, of course, would love to check it out. Does Thursday work, right? So this community owner is very excited to hear about the software. Now, the owner of this community, Nate, probably has a cleaning business himself. So what did Eddie do here? Being very smart about it, he offered him the software to test out completely for free. That software ended up getting him leads, appointments, and clients through Facebook ads and ended up generating Nate, as you can see, $5,000 worth of jobs in 1 week. And this is where Nate then ended up making a post because he loved the software so much inside of the community, which, as you can see here, got 141 likes, 44 comments. It got a bunch of cleaners interested in getting the software for themselves. And this is where all of the community members coming in from this post end up scheduling a demo call with Eddie that, by the way, have a very high show up rate because this is a post that creates so much trust from the owner of the community, literally having so much authority, that Eddie is able to get a 90% show rate and is able to close 3 out of 4 show ups. And the result of this full calendar is that hundreds of clients now use Adexo for $300 per month. And Adexo, like I'm going to break down in this video, isn't even Eddie's software. It's a combination of 2 softwares called High Level and UpHex. I'm going to leave those softwares in the description. You can check them out on your own time. So I'm going to let Eddie describe this in his own words.
Yeah, so my name's Edwin. Originally started, I guess, the SaaS model like specifically 6 months ago. I tried doing agency stuff for a long time, doing cold emails, DMs, cold calls, all that type of stuff, and just didn't really have much success. Yeah, we just been using Facebook groups. 100% of our clients have come through Facebook groups. And yeah, that's what I'm kind of going to show you guys. I'll share my screen and show you exactly kind of how we do it. So I guess like the first thing I'll talk about is kind of how to find the groups for your specific industry. So for example, if you guys are in like a detailing niche or like targeting car detailers, like for example, you could just type that in the search bar here, and you can see like all these groups that are going to pop up. And different keywords are going to obviously result in different groups popping up here. So it's important to make sure you're typing in different keywords. So for example, like detailing business owners or car detailers or professional car detailers or all that type of stuff. And you can kind of just take a look at all the groups that are going to pop up. And these are groups that we could potentially, target and advertise our software, and even SMMA as well. You could get some ideas for. So for example, what I like to look for is just, pretty large groups as well. So for example, this group here would be pretty good. It looks active, 10 plus posts a day, as well as 1,000 plus members is what I like to look for as well. Yeah. So then, I just join all these groups, and then, obviously I get in. And then another thing I like to look for as well is to make sure kind of what the admin's intentions are behind the group. A lot of these groups are sometimes actually run by marketing agencies. So you're probably not going to have the best time if you try to, promote your stuff in there. So make sure you check that as well. And then the last thing I like to check is just the overall engagement in the group. If somebody posts, are they getting likes? Are they getting comments? Things like that, because that is going to, signify an active group. So once we kind of do that and we're inside the groups, there's a bunch of different ways you could go about this. This is what we've been doing personally to get, again, like Thomas said, above, around like 45K a month in MRR. So here's an example. So this was in July. Nate Taylor, he's an admin of a cleaning group on Facebook. So what we did when we initially got in the group, we just sent him a message saying, hey, Nate, thank you for creating the group. It's become a great place to connect and learn. And obviously they're going to reply to that. And what this kind of does is just build familiarity with your name as well as the admin, which is, important for what I'm going to show you later. And then I'm not sure if you guys know, but in Facebook groups for the first 2 weeks, you have a little badge under your name just saying, like new member. And during this time period, it's probably not a good idea to start, promoting your service, just because you're not really an authority figure in the group. And
yeah, I kind of see that instantly.
Yeah, it just looks super spammy. And a lot of people still do it, which I'm not sure why. But it's important throughout these first 2 weeks. What I personally have been doing is I just post in the group, 3 to 4 times a week, just saying, hey, how have you guys been getting more leads? What made you guys become, car detailers, for example? And what this will do is eventually you're going to get a lot of engagement. It's going to build familiarity with your name, not only with other members, but with the admin as well, which is important. And yeah, and then what we've been doing is after we kind of build that familiarity, you kind of get a top contributor badge as well, which boosts your authority in the group and things like that, which people kind of look up to in a way. But yeah, so after those 2 weeks are up, I just sent Nate another message just saying, hey, if you had 15 minutes this week, I'd love to show you, software I've been working on. And of course, that's the white label, high level, and UpHex. And it's important to know that we're not trying to sell Nate here. What we're actually going to try to do is get him either as an affiliate or just get him to love the software so much where he's willing to promote it in the group, or he's willing to let us promote it in the group, in these large groups. So more than often than not, they're going to say yes, of course, because again, we're not trying to sell them, and we're kind of throwing a little compliment at the end saying, we'd love to hear your feedback. You've been in the space for so long. So yeah, after we make this, hop on a call with Nate, just do a little demo, and then we give it to him for complete for free, let him try it out. He runs the ads and he's getting, good results. And, I know Thomas has a bunch of videos on that, but that's kind of a story for a different day on how to get results. But yeah, so Nate, for example, got really good results. And in this case, he's more than happy to, to share it with the group because why would you not want to help out your community if that's kind of your goal
Yeah.
behind the group? So this
So,
is a
by the way,
post.
did you give Nate like an affiliate link, or was he affiliated in any way, or did you love the software like so much you just wanted to kind of share it with everyone in the group?
Yeah, Nate specifically just loved the software so much. He
Okay.
just shared it. There's been cases though where we did do affiliate stuff. And
Yeah.
that's a good idea as well.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so what we did with Nate is we kind of helped him craft out this post. So what he did is essentially just, post his results as well as just kind of who he's been using to get these results and, booked 5K in jobs in a week. And as you can see, this post kind of blew up in the group, lots and lots of views, lots of engagement.
Wow.
And then this was our calendar for that week. So this is August
God damn.
13th. Yeah. So these are all the appointments. This is around like 50, I think around 50 appointments. But if you guys are kind of curious how many we closed or things like that, keep in mind that these leads here are super, super high quality. Like these are literally like referral type leads. That's a good thing about doing these types of angles in these groups is because people already trust Nate.
Yeah, and there's a
Have been
lot of
with Nate.
social proof on that post as well, like 44 comments, 141 likes. How could they not? I mean, yeah, that's remarkable.
Yeah, exactly. So our show rate has been like 90% in these groups, which is something
Mm.
that is nearly impossible with cold outreach. And then we're closing like probably every 3 and 4. It's insane because again, these people are referral type leads. They already saw like their own admin, somebody they trust, getting really good results, proof, pictures are there, screenshots are there. And yeah, it's just been a great way to get appointments. And even from posts like this, we're still getting appointments like today
Yeah.
from these posts, just because people will type in like Facebook ads, and then this post will pop up at the top of the group because it has so much engagement, and then people will still book in appointments, like internally. So it's just been a great way to
Wow. I
um
mean, I'm so far I have to say like I'm blown away because like to get all of those appointments with cold outreach with ads, it's like it's a different challenge, you know. So it's I'm surprised by just how effortless it is, you know. You just tap into these Facebook group owners, like really create a connection with them, and then yeah, get them to love the software, make one post about it, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then you could like again for like the next month, like even in September, we could probably make another post, and
Mm,
because new members are always joining the group. So
yeah. Well,
oh yeah, I also wanted to mention like you don't have to get the admin to post it as well. Here's an example that in one case where the admin didn't want to post it in the group, but he's still more than like we still post it anyways, and we just posted a results that we got for one of our users. So if you guys are able to like have testimonials to leverage, I definitely recommend it. Again, pretty good engagement here as well, June 9th. And then, yeah, basically what we did is we just kind of let the group know the results we've been able to get from a software and kind of differentiating ourselves from a marketing agency. And they kind of see that, oh, he got these results from a software and not a marketing agency and things like that. So yeah, again, just posting the results, screenshots, and then kind of mentioning it here as well. And then again, here's our calendar the week of after we posted it on June 9th. Here's kind of the calendar for this week as well. Yeah. So just another example of, again, you kind of make a post and then you just get appointments. You don't have to, we're really leveraging our time and not having to send out 100 cold DMs or a bunch of cold emails or things like that. So
cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, again, it's crazy how much leverage you have with these groups, especially because yeah, like I said, most people just send out a bunch of DMs, which can get very, very tiring very fast. Even if you have a VA, you know, you have to manage the VA. So it's cool. It's cool how that works. I'm happy. I never knew about this strategy, so yeah, I know it's gonna be crazy, crazy value. So is that it by the way?
yeah, I mean, I guess the only other thing, this is something we've been doing more recently is webinars. This would only be applicable for SaaS, but
Okay.
free Facebook ads training. Like this is kind of just to show you there's so many different angles you could go about in Facebook groups. It's more about the channel. But for example, what we've been doing more recently is leveraging our time even more. So instead of having to take individual demos, what we've been doing is we're just getting 100 people on a Zoom call
Hmm.
and free Facebook ads training. And what we do is we show them the complicated process of running Facebook ads by yourself. And then after that, like the middle of the call, we kind of show them UpEx and high level, where you get the
Right.
automated text messages, you get the proven ads, all that type of stuff, and getting a lot of signups that way as well. So yeah, this is another angle you guys could do. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's just infinite ways you could go about
I think you can
approaching these groups.
also what's crazy, you can also like pre-record the live streams. Pretend you're doing a live, have it pre-recorded, and then like live stream it on the group, that pre-recording. So you can live stream a pre-recorded video. Um, and I mean that's just a concept that would be pretty sick, but like yeah, you can leverage your time even more with this.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, I mean, there's just so many ways you could go about these groups. It's just yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. And then now I know what you're thinking. Okay, Eddie provides a lot of free value to the group, slowly gets that authority, builds enough trust to eventually DM the owner of the group and get him to use the automation in a very non salesy approach. But let's face it, the owner of this group wouldn't have made that post if he himself didn't see results from Eddie's software. So this begs the question, what does Eddie do to get these kinds of results? $5,000 in new jobs for a cleaning business in 1 week. What is Eddie doing here? And most importantly, how does he do it? How does he get these crazy results with a do-it-yourself software solution as opposed to a done-for-you service? So again, I'm going to let Eddie speak for himself on that one, and then I'm going to do a breakdown after that segment.
Yeah, so we really don't sell like the high level stuff. We only sell basically ads. And then once they get on the software, we start to integrate high level even more, so it becomes a lot more stickier. But yeah, this is kind of an example of what UpHex would look like for if you guys wanted to try it out. But yeah, so for example, they can go ahead and select their industry. So for example, we do a lot of work in the cleaning space. But kind of how we build it out is if they click on their industry, they're brought to a screen like this, and these are just different offers that they can choose from, and they can also change the pricing as well, which we always tell them. But yeah, this is how we structure it. So they have different types of offers they can choose from: videos, images, just different promotional deals. So for example, they just go ahead and click on the category, and then this is something I don't see a lot of too many UpHex people doing, but there's also like different categories here, like high intent, high intent, and then no intent. And we made this because a lot of people were struggling with lead quality. So what we've been doing is this high intent has a bunch of custom questions in the form,
Mm,
where it's not just autofill. So, for example, for cleaning, maybe asking how many bedrooms do you need cleaned, or what's the square footage you need cleaned? What's the best phone number to send you an estimate?
yeah. So
Things
more
like that.
qualifying questions in the lead form so that you get better, higher quality leads.
Exactly. Yeah. And then this no intent here is just the autofill one. So it's name, email,
Yeah.
phone number, which a lot of businesses don't really like, but we still have it in here. But yeah, anyways, these are the ads. And then yeah, what the business owner does is just click on the ad, and then yeah, they can just go about, filling out their budget, website, and then radius, and click launch. And that's kind of why businesses like it so much. Is it
Yeah,
just
it's very
looks
simple.
it looks so different, and it's just like a new thing, which a
Mhm.
lot of people like new, and it is really simple. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's kind of
And the big
how
thing
ours
is
are.
that, yeah, it replaces an agency entirely. So like, once they're on your software, it's like, what's the need of an agency now? Because if they know how to use this, they get results from it, which a lot do in your case. They're gonna be like, I don't, I'm obviously gonna be overpaying if I pay $2,000 a month for an agency now, when like I could just use this software and really in 2 steps I can launch an ad. I
Yeah,
assume
yeah,
also,
exactly.
there's part of it is like the follow-up, right? With an agency, what's good, to be fair, is that, there's some appointment setting in some instances when you're not a lead generation agency, right? You're an appointment setting agency. So do you have do you help your clients as well with like lead nurturing, all that part? Because, the ads arguably are like the easy part, but then how do you go about the lead nurturing, and how do you guide them in having a proper automated lead nurturing system that works?
Yeah, so we in the high level snapshot, we do have like the pre-built automation, which is a little helpful. Just the automatically
Right.
following up with leads, so that can help as well. And then we do have like a tab here as well for client resources. What this is basically kind of just giving them scripts for when you get on the phone with the leads. We also have some text scripts in here as well, because some business owners do struggle with this. They get a lead and then they think instantly going to become a customer, and they try to sell them right away without going into their actual pain points, which is something that this script kind of solves. Asking qualifying questions, understanding their true issues, and then going in for the close or the estimate or whatever you want to call it, instead of just going in it right away. This has been helpful. And then we also have success managers as well, which will kind of reach out to the leads, because lead quality is something that is so hard to track. It's not numerical like quantity. So the success managers are a huge part of the success, because the users of the software will let the success managers know if they're actually struggling to get leads, and then or struggling to close leads, and then we can recommend accordingly. So for example, we may go up to like a high intent template that I was showing you earlier, where the leads are more quality, I guess, because they're taking more time to fill out the form. And then we also kind of mentioned the scripts as well to help them with that. And a lot of businesses have been using it to get better results instead of just having no plan at all.
Okay. So does your client success team, do they like help with the lead nurturing? Like, do they actually send the messages themselves, or does the client still?
No, yeah, the client still does it.
They just guide them in the process. Okay. Got it. So here's what Eddie is doing. Eddie is selling a software under the name Adexo, under the logo Adexo, but really under the hood, the tech stack that he's using is a combination of High Level, which is the CRM, which is what you're seeing here on screen, and UpHex, which is this portion here on screen, which he has linked inside of High Level to act as a 3-click ads launcher for anyone to come in on his Adexo software and launch templated ads that have been proven to work for other clients before them, and just click on the ad, launch it, put their budget, and start getting leads, effectively replacing a social media marketing agency. So I'm going to leave a link to both High Level and UpHex. So again, High Level is the tool that allows you to slap your own logo on it, resell it as a subscription as many times as you want to as many clients as you want at no additional fee. And I'm also going to leave a link to UpHex, which allows you to build templated ads inside of Go High Level. Although I now believe you can do this, you can build templated ads inside of High Level as well, which means you don't really need UpHex anyway, although UpHex might have some functionalities that High Level doesn't in terms of their ads launch. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this breakdown. Hopefully this has opened your eyes to the fact that you don't necessarily need to run an agency. And look, I've ran an agency in the past, and I've seen the success of these people, and I've seen these people much happier having transitioned away from an agency and into this type of model, making way more revenue with much more peace of mind, because they don't have clients that are threatening to leave them if the performance isn't on par. Now they really own their clients because they just give them the tool, let them run it. And this is just a business at the end of the day that I'm personally a fan of. I know a lot of you guys are really like emotionally attached to the agency model. I'm just telling you from a logical standpoint, the definition of wealth itself is having your income be detached from your time. And so you have much more leeway. You have a much more scalable business if you actually do this SaaS approach. Not to say you can't scale an agency, okay? I can already see the comments in my head. So this is purely my opinion based off of my experience, based off of seeing people's success. And again, I've been in this space for a while. I think I know what I'm talking about. So with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.